Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1409 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for April 28th, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1409. I'm gonna start with the word blank. Alright, all 5 letters are grey, so let's go for a completely different word. For example, crime. I don't think I've really used that word in Wordle, so let's try it. Okay, just got the M green, but certainly did not expect that. So it could be MP ending. It could be stump. Let's try that. Okay, it is not MP ending, but U is a vowel which goes in this word. So it could go like this. It could also contain a Y. It could contain a Y. So it could be mummy. It could be dummy. I not sure about other options. Could also be yummy, but I'm just gonna try dummy and see what happens. Dummy is today's Wordle answer. Alright, so that's very nice. Yeah, you can say that I got lucky there. I did, but I kind of predicted the pattern already. So yeah, UMMY ending. It was just that the first letter was uncertain, but I did figure it out. Anyway, I got today's Wordle answer dummy in 4 tries. I'll take it. It could have gone worse, but didn't. So yeah, I'm satisfied. Alright, dummy is the Wordle answer for Wordle number 1409. I got it in 4 tries. Let's now move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is April 28th, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. Okay, the digit 1 in block 1 is forced into column 1, so one's here and this one points down. These 9s point up. 9 goes into one of these 2 cells in block 8. This 2 points up and this 2 points right. So in block 3, the digit 2 is forced into row 1, and 2 is further forced into one of these 2 cells in block 2. I do see something quite interesting. Oh, but, okay, there's an even more straightforward way. The digit 8 in block 4 is forced into this cell, then these 8 points right, forcing the digit 8 into this cell in block 6. These 8 points right to force the digit 8 into this cell in block 9. These 8 point up and this cell sees another 8, so in block 2, the digit 8 is forced into this cell, and the last 8 in this Sudoku puzzle goes into this cell. Okay, all 8s are placed. Very nice, don't need to worry about that anymore. Now, 2 and 4 here points down. But both 2 and 4 are still missing from block 4. But in order to fit both 2 and 4 into block 4, I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 2 and 4, to fit both of them into block 4. So these 2 cells form the 2-4 pair, and all other digits are eliminated from these 2 cells, which means that the other 2 open cells in block 4 form a 5-7 pair. And this also means that the other 3 open cells in column 2 form a 1-3-6 triple, which are the other missing digits of column 2. You could have just looked at 1-3-6 here and column 2, and said that 1, 3, and 6, these 3 digits, can only go into these 3 cells in column 2. Because these 2 cells cannot contain 1, 3, and 6, so they have to be in these 3 cells to fit all of them into column 2. This cell sees 1, and this cell sees a 6. The digit 6 in block 6 is forced into this cell. After I place the 6, the digit 9 in block 6 is forced into this cell. These 9s point up. And okay, let's now look at row 3. In row 3, 9 is a missing digit. This cell sees 9, this cell sees 9, and this cell also sees another 9. So in row 3, the digit 9 is forced into one of these two cells. So actually, these two cells form a 2-9 pair. As you can see in row 3, the digits 2 and 9 are missing. To fit both 2 and 9 into row 3, I have to make these two cells reserved for 2 and 9, because all other open cells in this row see other 2s and 9s. So to fit both 2 and 9 into row 3, I have to make these two cells reserved for 2 and 9, so these two cells form the 2-9 pair, and all other digits are eliminated from these two cells. In other words, the other three open cells in block 2 form a 1-5-6 triple. This cell sees 6. This 2-9 pair makes the other three open cells in row 3 a 3-5-6 triple. This cell sees a 6. Oh wait, these two cells form a 1-9 pair. Okay. Yeah, as you can see in block 1, the digits 1 and 9 are missing, but both of them can only go into these two cells. So in order to fit both 1 and 9 into block 1, I have to make these two cells reserved for 1 and 9. So these two cells form the 1-9 pair, and all other digits are eliminated from these two cells, making the other four open cells in block 1 contain 3, 5, 6, and 7. This cell sees 3 and 6, so it can only be 5 or 7 only. And 7 cannot go into the 1-9 pair, right? 7 is eliminated from this pair, so in block 1, the digit 7 is forced into column 3. So 7's being here and 7's here, we've got some hidden 7's pointing, and this cell sees another 7. Oh, but the digit 7 in block 3 is forced into row 1, so 7's here eliminate 7 from the cell. We know that 7 in block 3 must appear in row 1. So if we already have a 7 in row 1, even if it's not placed, but we know it's guaranteed. So 7's here, the hidden 7, eliminates 7 from the cell. And remember that 7 cannot go into the 1-9 pair, so in block 1, 7 is forced into this cell. Which makes this 3, 5, or 6 for this triple. This cell is 1, 5, or 9 for the row, but sees 1. These 4s point down, and the digit 4 in block 5 is forced into one of these two cells. The digit 6 in block 7 is forced into row 8 because of these 6s. So the digit 6 in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Oh, sorry, this cell cannot contain a 6 because it sees 6 from block 2. Okay, I do see what is called a mini X-Wing. Look at the pattern of the placement of these 9s. It's either that the 9 goes like this, or the other way. And no matter which combination or which pattern the 9s end up in, the open cells in block 5, which are in columns 4 and 6, will see the 9s. Right? So, because of this mini X-Wing, formed by the placement of the 9s, I can eliminate 9 from columns 4 and 6 in block 5. With these 9s pointing in, the digit 9 in block 5 is forced into this cell. Right? It's either that the 9 goes like this, so the digit 9 is then forced into this cell in block 5, or the 9s are placed in the other way and still forces 9 into this cell. Because it's the same concept. I mean, both placements have the same impact that 9 cannot go into columns 4 and 6 in block 5. So 9 must appear in column 5, and of course, with these 9s pointing as well, 9 is forced into this cell. You could have also just looked at column 5 and placed just by the column. These two cells cannot contain 9 because of the 2-9 pair. This cell sees 9, this cell sees 9, this cell sees 9, and this cell also sees 9. So in column 5, the digit 9 is still missing and can only go into this cell. So both ways force 9 into this cell. Either the mini X-wing or just by the column will get you a 9 placed in this cell. Okay, which leaves a 357 triple in row 6, but these two cells see another 3. So 3 in row 6 is forced into this cell, leaving behind a 5-7 pair. These 3s point down. Okay, in row 5, 7 is a missing digit. 7 cannot go into the 2-4 pair. This cell C7, and this cell also C7. So in row 5, the digit 7 is forced into one of these two cells. This one points down, forcing the digit 1 into row 5 in block 6. We also have 3 and 5 as the missing digits. Oh, well, this cell sees a 3. So if this cell cannot contain 1, 3, and 7, then it must be a 5. Because it can't be anything else, right? This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It sees 7 as well. Well, for this reason, right, in row 5, 7 is forced into one of these two cells, and because it's guaranteed into one of these two cells, I can't have another cell. I can't have another 7 in this cell, because that'll break row 5. Or other places if you solve on with a 7. So the conclusion is that 7 cannot go into this cell. So again, it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I've just eliminated 7, as well as seeing 8 and 9. So the only possible digits which can go into this cell is 5. So I must put a 5 into this cell, because there can't be anything else. And I also cannot exclude 5 from this cell, because that'll cause this cell to be empty. And that'll also break the Sudoku puzzle. Anyway, resolves the 5-7 pair like this. Okay, the digit 7 in block 5 is then forced into this cell. 1, 2, 4 triple in row 4. And this is a 5. Pointing up, making this cell a 5, because once again, 5 cannot go in the 2-9 pair. Wait, what did I just say? 5 cannot go into the 2-9 pair, so 5 is forced into this cell in block 2. Of course, 5 cannot go into the 1-9 pair in block 1, so 5 is forced into this cell. These 5 points right to force the digit 5 into this cell in block 3. These 5s point down. In row 2, 1 and 9 are the missing digits, but this cell sees 9. So 1, 9 this way, 1. These two cells are for 3 and 6, but sees 6. So 3 and 6 this way, which makes this 3, this a 6, 2, 7, 9 triple up in block 3, or row 1, but this cell sees 2 and 9, and this cell also sees 9. So 9, 7, 2 like this. This is 3 or 7 for the column, and in column 7, 1, 2, and 3 are the missing digits. Sorry, this cell cannot contain a 7. So 7 in column 9 is forced into this cell, which makes this a 3. Okay, 3 and 1 this way. The digit 6 in block 7 is forced into this cell, and the last 6 in this Sudoku puzzle goes into this cell in block 8. 2 and 4 are the missing digits of column 3. The cell sees a 1. Okay, 2, 3, and 4 are missing from column 5, but these two cells see another 3. So in column 5, the digit 3 is forced into this cell. Okay, I can't speak too fast because I'll stutter if I do. 1 and 3 this way. In row 8, 2, 4, and 5 are the missing digits. The cell sees 2. Sorry, the cell does not see 2, but it sees 4 and 5. So after eliminating 4 and 5, it can only be a 2, leaving behind a 4-5 pair in the row. 2 is forced into this cell in block 2 and into this cell in block 5, which makes this 9. This a 9. Okay, this cell sees 4, so 4 and 1 this way in block 5, making this a 4 to complete the column. 5 and 4, 2 and 4 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 4, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, so I finished today's New York Times hard Sudoku in a bit under 15 minutes, so I would say this Sudoku puzzle is mostly straightforward. Yeah, I would say it's mostly straightforward. It's tricky to spot, but I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So towards the beginning, after placing the 8 in block 4, you could find the 2-4 pair, as well as the 5-7 pair after that, and also the 1, 3, and 6 in column 2. So after placing this 8, the 2-4 pair in block 4, making these two cells 5 and 7, and the 1, 3, 6 triple in column 2. And then the 1, 9 pair in block 1. The 1, 9 pair in block 1, which did help place this 7. There was also the 2, 9 pair in either block 2 or row 3. Yeah, row 3 was how I put it. 2, 9 pair in row 3 gave us 3, 5, 6, as well as 1, 5, 6 up here. So yeah, the 2, 9 pair in row 3. Later on, yeah, the mini X-wing formed by the 9s forced a 9 into this cell in block 5. So either the mini X-wing, or just by looking at the column. Both will get you the same result. And I think lastly was this naked single 5 in block 6. This cell. Row 4, column 9. This cell was a naked single 5, meaning 5 was the only possible digits which could go into this cell. So I had to make this a 5. Couldn't be anything else. So yeah, I think these were the key spots. Some could be tricky, but I think it's mostly straightforward for hard Sudoku. So yeah, gonna end it here. If you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Hopefully this video helped. Oh, by the way, I'll not be available to record from the 1st of May to the 4th of May. So on these 4 days, I won't record Sudoku. No videos for these 4 days, but instead I'll capture the Wordle on my phone. I'll screen capture it and post it to the post section of my channel. Screen caps for the Wordles from the 1st of May to 4th of May, because I'm not available to record on those 4 days. But anyway, today's April 28th, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1409 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!